In this video, I'm going to show you how I can take a final mastered WAV file of my new song from my iPad, bring it into my PC using iTunes, and then release it to the world using DestroyKid. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete, and this is Studio Live Today, where I help you create, record, and release your best music. And today is release day for my new single called 6 and 8. So what I'm going to be showing you in this one is how I can take my final master WAV file, bring it onto my PC, upload it, add all of my details for this song, and then release it using the very awesome DestroyKid distribution platform. And that's going to send it to iTunes, to Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, and hundreds, literally hundreds of other streaming and music purchasing platforms. So let's dive in now and show you how. So I have my iPad here connected using iTunes, connected into my PC. I've just clicked on the iPad here, and here we are. We're in Airhead, my iPad Air 2. And to get to the files that are stored on my iPad that I've actually shared, which I did in the last episode, if you haven't caught up on that one, there'll be a link up there and down there, is click on the file sharing option over here on the left. Now this is going to bring up all of my different applications that I have on this iPad. And there's two here in particular that I want to take a look at. One is Final Touch, because I exported it using Final Touch to the file sharing here, and here you'll see all of the songs that I've ever exported here, including this most recent one, which is called 6 and 8 version 9 mastered WAV file. So this is one that I'll be copying out of here, and the other one here is in GarageBand. So if you go to GarageBand, this is going to actually display all of my GarageBand projects and everything in my GarageBand file as well. So here once again is 6 and 8 version 9 Final Master, which is the name of the track that we named last time. So these are directly on my iPad. What I need to do now is actually save these from my iPad over onto my PC. So to get this file from my iPad over onto my PC, I've prepared a folder here. So this is just my music folder on my hard drive. I've got a folder here, Pete John 6 and 8, which is currently empty. And all I need to do is come here into iTunes and then click and drag this over, drop it over here into my folder, and then that will actually copy across this WAV file. And that is all I need to do to actually get this over from my iPad. Now, there are other ways. You could save it to Dropbox and then go to your Dropbox folder and grab it from there. I just find the quickest and easiest way is to use iTunes file sharing. And if you want to learn more about iTunes file sharing and how to share your project files as well as your song files, I'll link to a video up there and down below as well. But now we have this WAV file ready to go. There's a few more things we need to do before we're ready to upload to DestroyKid. So the next thing we're going to need is an album cover, because we need some artwork to upload at the same time as we upload our WAV file. Now I use this service, canva.com. It is a free service, or you can pay $10 a month, which I do for some additional features, but you can definitely create yourself pretty nice looking covers for free using canva.com. And I've got a video where I actually show you how to do that on your iOS device, so on your iPad or your iPhone. But I've created this one here on my PC. So let's click on my design here to open it up here. It's a very simple design. I've just used one background image, which I've tweaked a little bit with some different colors and some different sort of filters and effects. And I've got my name and the name of the track just down the bottom there. So a little image of someone dancing, because it's a song about dancing. So we're ready to download this. We're just going to click up the top here and download this one. We're going to download it as a JPEG, because DestroyKid and pretty much every other distributor needs a JPEG image. They need a square JPEG image, which is what we're going to download here. We'll click on download, and this will download it. So about 1,000 by 1,000 pixels is about right, but if you use Canva, it has an album artwork template, and again, you can check out that video if you want more details. We'll just click continue editing. So here it is down in the corner here. All we need to do now is click and drag this. Oh, we can't do that there. I'll just take this off to my other screen, but I'll click and drag and pop it over onto that one. And then there it is. So we've just dragged that across here. We now have our album artwork and we have our WAV file. So we are ready to go, jump into DestroyKid and upload this song. Oh, one final thing that I always do before I actually upload is I actually have a full listen through of the track. Now I won't make you sit through the whole thing, but if we just double click on this one, we'll open up VLC player here on my PC and it will play back this track. So we'll just take a listen. So yeah, it's sounding good. We'll just go to the very end of it, because that's going to be the other part that may be a bit of a problem. Let's just play this. And again. And there's that nice fade out that we added in the last episode. And we are good. So that's all good. We don't need to play it again. I'll listen to the whole thing through just to make sure that I'm 100% happy with our final master, and then we will jump in and upload. Okay, I've listened to my final master. I've checked my album artwork. Everything is in readiness for releasing this song. I'm here in DestroyKid, and here are all of the other releases that I've released here so far. You can go to Pete John's Music over on Facebook. If you want to check this out, there's links down in the description to where you can listen to all of my previous music. But we're here to add to this. So there's my last single, Never to Blame. We're going to upload now a new single. So let's click on the upload button, and this will take us straight over to our upload page here in DestroyKid, where we can start adding in all of our different things that we want to do. So I have done this before. I've done videos on this before, but they are changing the interface slightly over time. It's quite similar to what it was, but I thought let's just do it again here in this video as well. So all of the stores that I'm going to release to up here in the top left, I leave all of those ticked. If there's one that you don't particularly want to go to, untick it, but I figure that more exposure and more places with my music out there, the better. Number of songs, one song, a single here is what I'm going to select. Previously released, no. So we haven't previously released this single anywhere else. My artist or band name is me. Now, at this point, I should let you know that I have the Musician Plus account, and DestroyKid, which again I should have mentioned earlier, for $19.99 is their standard musician account, which means that you can, for $19.99 per year US, you can release as many singles and as many albums, basically unlimited number of songs under one artist name. So that's that plan, the Musician Plus account, and I've got a video where I go through the difference and show you when I upgraded to Musician Plus is more at $35.99 a year, and you get some additional options, and I'll point out what those additional options are as we go along. The first one is that we can actually use a different artist name. So I can have two artist names. I've only ever used one, but I can have two artist names, and I'm using Pete John's here. Am I in iTunes? Yes, I am. I'm all set, so this will put alongside all of my iTunes releases, and in Spotify as well, it'll put it along my Spotify releases under the name Pete Johns. Now, if you don't have that, when you first start uploading, and a few people have asked this recently, how do I get a Spotify for Artist account? How do I make sure my iTunes is really me? It really just comes down to uploading your music. So making sure that your name, I mean, it doesn't have to be unique, but it does help. So I'm the only Pete Johns that's actually on iTunes as my performing artist name, and that actually means that every time I upload, it's quite simple, and all the different platforms know that it's me, and even Google has me validated and verified as me. So that's probably my tip there, is to make sure your artist name is something unique. If you're John Smith, maybe go with Johnny K. Smith as your artist name. It just might make things a little bit easier for you down the track. The release date. So you can't change this on the standard musician plan, but I could actually forward date this. I'm not going to. I'm going to say, let's just release it today. And pre-order, again, you can only set pre-orders if you have the Musician Plus account, but I don't want to pre-order. We're just going to go with it. The record label, so I've used Studio Live Today Records for my last couple. Again, if you've got the musician account, it'll just be DestroyKid that will be there, and you can't actually rename it. But if you've got the Musician Plus account, another benefit is that we can use our own name there. Here is where we need to add our image. So we have our image file here that we can drag. So here's our cover, looks like that. We'll drag it over here and release it. And bang, there is our album cover ready to go. The language is going to be English. The genre, we're going to go folk for our first genre. And I'm always confused by what secondary genre to actually put on here. It is not really rock. I guess we'll go singer-songwriter. So folk music, singer-songwriter. In fact, let's flip that around. I probably call myself singer-songwriter first and then folk music second, which is so weird. I used to play in a punk band. I used to release rock songs. Yeah, now basically I'm a singer-songwriter, folk artist. Who knew? All right, now here's the important stuff. This is where we have to start getting things spot on correct. So the track title, I'm calling 6 and 8, and you need to make sure it's got a whole bunch of tips down there about how to get it right and how to make sure that your formatting is right, whether you've got featured artists, making sure that you're using capitalization where it needs to be, so particularly the capitalization stuff, so the and the and the of, so you can see here their example of It's the End of the World as We Know It from the REM song, making sure that the capitalization is right. So for me, it's 6 and 8, and I'm using the word and, not an ampersand. Originally I had an ampersand, and I'm like, no. I released an album called Self-ish Aware, and it was self bracket ish bracket aware. weird punctuation just doesn't work in titles of things. When people are searching for you, it damages your findability when you have anything like that. So we're going very straightforward, 6 and 8. Songwriter, yes, I wrote this song, or I managed the songwriter. It's an original tune. And we'll talk about covers another time. I've got other videos all about covers, and I'll try and remember to link about those. But covers are a whole different kettle of fish, and you need to approach those completely differently. The songwriter's real name. So here we can put in the real names of who's actually written it. So for this one, I'm going to add in my own name, and I'm Peter Johns. I could put my middle name there if I wanted to. Should I? Yeah, let's put it in there. So no, I'll leave it out. So I don't think I've put my middle name before, and I don't want to confuse it and say, oh, it's a new songwriter that's actually written this. This is a new bit. So this is a new part that's been added. And if we do have another songwriter, we can actually click on here and we can change that up. We can have the music and the lyrics, or music and lyrics. I wrote music and lyrics for both of these. So, well, both of those for this song. So I'm leaving it there. And that is one that wasn't in here before. That's been added recently, and it's got real names, not stage names, and you can find out why by clicking the link. Explicit lyrics, no, it doesn't have any explicit lyrics, but we'll tag that as yes if we did. Is this a radio edit? So no, this song is clean and always has been. Yes, there's explicit lyrics. So that is a different one again. That's a new feature that's been added recently, is actually having the option to say whether it's a radio edit or not. So if you are releasing one that is a clean version and then one that is explicit, then you can actually specify that here. Our tracked price here, so it'll default to 99 cents US if you don't have the Musician Plus account. If you have the Plus account, you can change that to $69.99 or $1.29. I'm going to leave it right up the middle there, make it 99 cents. So if you want to support me once this single is released, you can buy it on iTunes for 99 cents. And Google Play and Amazon. So all of the different services there. Here is the very most important part, which is choosing our file. We're going to click Choose File, and it'll drop us into, well, firstly my downloads folder, but what I want to go into is this one here, Pete John 6 and 8, and here is my WAV file. Make sure it's all good. That is it. I probably should have renamed this as not just all of that nonsense there, but that's okay. We'll open it. And that's the one that's going to actually upload. Instrumental, this song contains lyrics, or it's an instrumental and has no lyrics. It has lyrics there. By the way, over here, ISRC codes, that is, again, a topic for another day. It's a whole other thing that we may need to look at. But what DestroyKid does is it attaches its own ISRC code. So that's basically the unique identifier that you would identify this song amongst all of the other songs. You can get one beforehand if you go through a different way, if you go through like a rights management group or something, and then attach that to here. I don't. So we'll leave it simple. The optional extras down here that we have, we can add in Instagram and Facebook. So this is a new one. Add this single to Instagram's Music in Stories, which lets Instagram users easily add your music to their posts. By checking this box, your music may become available on other Instagram and Facebook products, which will hopefully be cool and or useful and or profitable for you. I've never used this before because it's brand new, but I'm going to try it because I got to try new things, because you might ask me about it in the future and I need to be able to tell you what it does. So I don't know what it does, but it's free. Let's give it a crack. I don't actually mind if my music's distributed everywhere. You can get it free on YouTube. You can get it free everywhere. But people that want to support me will stream it and will buy it. So that's all good. I don't do the YouTube Money, the Store Maximizer, the Shazam and Siri, and the Leave a Legacy stuff. So you can look through those and see if there's any that actually appeal to you. But again, you want to make sure that you're actually going to get some money back from that. If you're spending additional money, especially those yearly ones, you want to make sure that it's actually going to be worth your while. Will people actually be Shazamming and saying to Siri, what is this song, and playing your song? Maybe. If they are, and it's worth an extra $1 a year to you, go your hardest. I don't think it will be for me. So the final checkboxes here that we have to tick off. So if you select YouTube Music, it means it'll go onto YouTube. So yes, select that. If you desperately don't want your music going onto YouTube Music, meaning that people can stream it on YouTube for free, if you really want to make sure that you're profiting from every single play, then untick YouTube Music. So right back at the top there that we had, wherever that was, right here, where is it? There it is, Google Play and YouTube Music. So they come together, that fourth one down there. So you can't go to Google Play unless you go to YouTube Music. So if you do want to unselect that one, go for it. Otherwise, Just put it out there. It'll be fine. So I need to confirm that I recorded this music and I'm authorized to sell it in stores worldwide and collect all royalties, which I am. I'm not using any artist name in the song titles, or album title without their approval, and I'm not. And I have read and agreed to all of the terms. So that is it. That is the complete process here. And you can see that even explaining it as I went through it, it's a pretty quick and simple process to go through. So all I need to do now is tap. I'm used to being on my mobile device. Click on done. It's going to upload the album artwork, and then it's going to finish that one, and then it's going to upload our track. So once again, we'll return once these have completely finished uploading, because the track's going to take just a few minutes because it's a 60 odd meg file. So we'll leave that going and we'll be back shortly. Okay, so it is done. As we can see, that was easy, wasn't it? As I always say, yes, it was, DestroyKid. Yes, it was. So there is my album art. Now, the important things that you will want to know once you've released a song like this is when will it actually be released? So it says here, give stores up to a week to push your album live. iTunes, Apple Music often happens faster, sometimes same day, but not always. And for Spotify, new deliveries will take at least 5 business days to go live. And what we can do now is that there's some cool things we can do. We can share it on all of our social media platforms, but this little preview button, I'm just going to right click and open this in a new tab. This gives you this cool little DestroyKid hyperfollow, which is where people can actually pre-save it on Spotify. So if you've got friends that use Spotify, you can send them this little link and they can actually pre-save it. So as soon as it's dropped, see what I did there? I used the kids terms. As soon as you drop your new single, people can actually go and check it out. So that is a cool little option there. But what I'm actually going to do is I'll return in the next video. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, here's a good reason to do that. If you're thinking about releasing your music on DestroyKid and you want to know exactly how long it tends to take to get through, I'm going to be tracking this over the next few days, and then I will come back with a video in a few days' time once everything's released, once it's out there, and I'll show you it in stores, and I'll let you know about how long it took to get out to Spotify, to Apple Music, to iTunes, to Google Play, to all of the main stores as well. So there you go. That is going to do it for this video. But one final thing, if you are considering using DestroyKid to release your own music, I've actually got a 7% discount offer, which I will link down in the description. So jump down there and click the link that you can find down in the description, or you can go to studiolivetoday.com/distro and you'll go straight to my VIP page where you'll get 7% off the already low price. So $19.99 US per year, unlimited uploads. It is a great service. I've been using it for two and a half years now since I released my first EP quite a while ago, and it is a great service and it has never done me wrong. So thank you again for watching. If you've got comments, questions, or suggestions about this process, about anything else related to home recording and music, you can drop that down in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Hey, thanks for sticking around. If you would like to check out some more videos here on the channel, there are 2 links right down below. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking or tapping on the Studio Live Today icon in the top right corner, or head on over to studiolivetoday.com for even more audio goodness.